What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stock. Today is August the 15th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So this morning, of all the days, I think best case scenario did play out. So you did have initial jobless claims coming in lower than anticipated. So people's kind of chatter about recession, that's definitely diminished. And then aside from that, retail sales came in absolutely fucking phenomenal. Pardon my French. So I think the best case scenario did play out. You see the futures absolutely green. So NASDAQ up 1.13%. and S&P up 0.93%. And the good thing about a lot of this data that came out, it cannot be really twisted to be a partial negative as what CPI typically happens with, because you see the numbers and then there's a lot of metrics behind it. This is just, for the most part, pretty to the straight and narrow. So I think in general, today should be a good day. Fear and greed index is still under the fear category. So probably today will push a little bit higher, meaning people's appetite for risk is going to increase. Starting off, SOFI is up, piggybacking off of the broader market. And of course, that data is phenomenal for SOFI. So it is up 2.27%. Shorts have been oddly increasing over this last little bit. Today, clearly I anticipate them to return. And so, like I've said in my weekend video, I think the data could really justify a push to around that $7 range. So I could see that happening today, if not early tomorrow. But I don't really see it pushing above 7, only because of that huge wall, resistance brought on wall. So anticipate shorts to be active tomorrow, not necessarily today. Right now with it at $6.76, it is right below this R1. So just watch for it to get above this 678 point. And so yeah, it should be a good day. Yesterday it did touch this R1, bounced off of it. So today it will be retesting that. Moving on, Alibaba just had their earnings. Not necessarily the best, but it is down 2.53%. If it does dip a little bit more, I am for sure a buyer. It's not that heavily shorted, as you can kind of see. So only 2.83% of the free float is being shorted. But I guess in comparison to other mega cap stocks, it is, I guess, rather high in that regard. But 55.09 million shares overall are being shorted, and that works out to be $4.46 billion. So yeah, I guess if you think about it from a dollar standpoint, like there's more shorts in Alibaba than a lot of companies' market cap in general. But right now with it at 78 and change, it is trading between this pivot and this R1. So 77.28 will be the next strong support, which I do believe it bounced off of this morning. And then $80.73 is going to be that next strong resistance / target. I feel like today is going to be more of a buy the dip moment with Alibaba, but what do I know, right? Moving on, ticker's SIGA. So it is down 34.75% because of this news right here. So you guys already know how I've explained in the past, biotechs are not my favorite. So yeah, ultimately this is what the company profile, what they do, based out of New York, founded in 95, 45 employees. But because of this news, which again, I'm not the best at interpreting, that's what's prompting it to go down. And plus, it's had a fairly good run over this last little bit as well. So that's playing a part into everything. 13.57% of the free float is being shorted over this last little bit. Shorts have actually been returning. Obviously anticipation for higher highs, but because of that news that came out today, shorts might re-enter. So kind of anticipate that, but utilization 18.1, so it's not a squeeze play by any means. Right now with it at $7.78, it is trading between this S2 and this S1. So just watch for 735 to be the next strong support. And then on the flip side, $8.12 to be that next strong resistance / target. If there is going to be a buy the dip moment, similar to what I mentioned with Alibaba, I think it's going to be today, only because of the massive amount of optimism in the market. So essentially, I do feel like it could push towards this S1 today, but it all depends on kind of the severity of that news. Walmart did raise their rest of 2024 guidance, so second half of 2024. So it is up 8.46%. Absolutely amazing stuff. And right now it is above all the key support and resistance points, or I guess resistance points. So it's kind of in unknown territory. It's gone up massively in the last day and a half. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So just tread cautiously. And yeah, so as far as right now, just watch for it to get above that $70 range. And then on the flip side, as you can kind of see, roughly around $67. So kind of it might just trade within that range in the next day and a half. So kind of stay tuned for that. And last but not least, it's Airship, ticker is AISP. So it is up 26.98% because of their earnings that did come out yesterday. This is what they do on a side note, so you can always pause it and read through it. So systems, software, 51 employees, founded in 2006, Redwood and in the States. And going over shorts, so you do see it's somewhat heavily shorted, so 10.9% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 969.62 thousand shares. This is kind of what the criteria, what the market likes to squeeze, low float companies that's somewhat heavily shorted, so just keep an eye on that if you want. But shorts are increasing 160,000 shares pre-market, so shorts are very doubtful about their earnings and about it being up this high, so just anticipate a little bit more of a back and forth. Right now with it at $3.23, it is trading between this S3 and this S2. So $2.95 will be the strong support, and then $3.33 will be that next strong resistance / target. So yeah, just most likely it might trade within this range, or potentially, given the momentum, possibly trade between this S2 and this S1. But just take note of some of the strong support and resistance points. A lot of money is getting into all the stocks that I did mention, and kind of rightfully so, right? Today was absolutely amazing data. So don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And don't forget to take advantage of this promo as well. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.